Hey guys, this is Dave with SlopeSource.com, and tonight I'm doing a review on the Fujifilm Finepix XP10 camera. This is a pretty great little camera, part of a new genre of point and shoots that I call death proof, but they actually call it water, shock, dust, and freeze proof. And this is a pretty great camera for skiing and snowboarding because I've tested all of those elements out and it's held up really well. So on the waterproof front, I've taken it to the beach, the pool, and the hot tub, so that'll be kind of nice for the après scene this year. But it held up well, took some really cool shots underwater, so that was nice. Can take videos underwater and everything like that. Again, I was on the beach, so the dust proof, and I even actually took this to the desert. I was in Cairo just to test this for you guys. That's the lengths that I'll go to. And it held up perfectly fine. And when I got back from the desert that day, when I got back home and unpacked, there was kind of sand everywhere, and this thing was perfectly fine. The shockproof has been probably the most pleasant surprise. That I think the write-up says you can drop it from 1 meter, so basically 3 feet. I've tested it a little more extreme than that. I carry it in the pocket of my shorts when I go mountain biking, and I have wiped out pretty hard. Again, just for testing purposes, just for you guys, and it's held up really well. Yeah, I remember those falls. I felt pretty hard, and it held up well. And what else? Oh, freeze proof. So I've taken it skiing and it worked perfectly fine. I don't think it slowed down or anything like that. And that feature I really liked more than I thought I would. Just the comfort level that you get of when you take it out and it, snowing didn't faze me at all. I wasn't worried about getting stuff in the lens or protecting it or whatever, and I wasn't paranoid about dropping it in the snow. So I really like that kind of increased comfort factor. Kind of surprised. I like that more than I thought I would. So I think the biggest benefit that you're going to see with this compared to the other point and shoots in the genre is the size. I think this is the smallest one that you're going to find. There might be one or two with like one dimension that could be smaller, whether it's the width or the depth or something like that. When you take all 3 dimensions, the depth, the width, and the height, this is going to be the smallest total package that you find, and that's always been a big deal for me. I've used the Casio Exome series in the past because you just put it in your pocket and forget about it, and this is pretty much the same way. It's just a little bit small, a little bit bigger than those Exome ones, but it's still perfectly small, and I wear it in the pocket of my jeans, like I said, and in the pocket of my mountain biking shorts, and I even put it in the pocket of my board shorts when I was swimming, and it wasn't all that cumbersome, and so I really like that feature. That's just the smallest one out there. The other thing I love is the 5x optical zoom, and it's pretty cool because they built it underneath this little shield, whether it's glass or plastic, so when you do zoom, the lens extends, but it all happens within there, so there's no moving parts. You don't have to worry about getting sand in there. I've destroyed a camera that way before, so that works really well, and the shots look great when you zoom in with optical zoom. My previous camera had digital zoom, and those kind of look like crap, and I stopped using that. So the optical looks really nice, and I'm obviously not a camera expert, but those shots are the ones that look the best, and they make it look like I've got some kind of skill, so I'm a huge fan of that feature. It is 12 megapixels, so it takes really nice images, and you can dial them down if you don't want the file size to be as large. I think most cameras have that nowadays. As I start this up, one of the other nice components is the pretty large bright screen, as you can see there, and so you never have issues seeing what you're shooting. That works perfectly fine, and you can see all of the different displays and the data that's on the screen really easy, so that's pretty nice. One thing that could be a little bit better, it doesn't start up as quickly as I would like. I can still shoot a picture with this faster than I can with my iPhone, but it does take a second or two to boot up and take a shot. It has a ton of different scene selections, so you can choose if you're at the beach or if you're skiing or boarding on the mountain. It's got a selection for that. You can put it on auto and it'll sense the light and guess which works best for you. I kind of prefer not to do that. It also lets you select all the settings on your own, so I do that and try to adjust the Auto didn't always work every time. It worked most of the time, but the biggest challenges I had were night shots, and then on an overcast day, you would get some kind of glow from the sky, and usually able to minimize all of that when I go in and just adjust the settings myself. So the size, the durability, and the zoom are kind of my favorite features, and overall it's a great camera for skiing and snowboarding, so I highly recommend it. Go on Amazon.com and check it out. They've actually got some pretty cool packages where they bundle it with a memory card and a carrying case and all that kind of stuff, and what you get for how much it is a great deal. It's a pretty affordable point and shoot, and it'll probably last you twice as long as any other point and shoot because it's not going to get beat up and you're not going to be able to break it. So I recommend it. Check it out.